So let me show you three really useful features in the current update of Open Dental. The first one involves using QDP, or an in-house discount plan. And the new version of Open Dental has a little better way to do this. So if we look at Donald Duck here, if we go into Donald Duck's treatment plan, I'm sorry, I should have gone family first, you can see Donald has insurance in here. So it doesn't allow you to use this discount plan if the patient has any insurance. If we go into Daisy, though, there's the discount plan that we set up for Daisy, and you can have multiple discount plans too. So you could have one that's for 20%, one that's 30%, or whatever, any combination that you want. And this uses a specific fee schedule, so there is no calculating that you need to do. So this is really pretty handy. If we look at Daisy's treatment plan, we've got our UCR fees, and then we have the discounted fee already calculated from that fee schedule. Now, normally x-rays would be 0 in there, prophy and so forth are 0, and that's because they're not set up correctly on this fee schedule. They don't show correctly here, but they would normally be 0 on there, and then it shows what the patient's going to pay. So it's showing the discount and it's showing what the patient's going to pay. So that's pretty nice. And it makes a nice thing to be able to show the patient this is how much you save with this discount program. So when you post, it automatically calculates the adjustments and puts them in there for you, so you don't have to do the math and possibly make a mistake. You also don't have to generate a bogus insurance form that you had to later deal with, and that's the way we used to set them up in Open Dental, as an insurance plan or as a bogus insurance plan. You don't have to do any of that stuff anymore. So I think this is much better. Next thing is holes in the schedule. So when you look at your, you've got a lot of missed appointments, and this won't help the missed appointments anymore, but it will help you fill the holes that resulted from those missed appointments. Okay, so let's say, for example, that we have a hole at 5 o'clock this afternoon that I want to fill. And this is what's really slick. I can go to down here, I can right mouse click, and I can click the text as ASAP list here. So I'm just going to click on that, and it gives me all the ASAP patients. I'm going to go clear down the bottom because I only want to look at one. Donald, clear down here. Okay. Now I can select a whole bunch of these if I want. Okay. Anybody that qualifies for this time that I have open. So with the ASAP list, it's usually people that need prophies, but it doesn't have to be. And in this case, it's Donald that needs to have a couple implants done. So I can highlight all of them and go send the message, or I can only highlight one, which is all I'm going to do in this case, just to show you how it works. Okay, so now I pretend I highlighted a whole bunch. Notice one difference is that this has the length of the appointment in here. So now I just go ahead and go to send, and this is what it's going to send. Here we go. And boom, it's gone. Now you can't see it, but on my cell phone, because I'm really Donald Duck in disguise, I am going to get a text that offers me this appointment. And I can accept it, and I'll show you that in just a second, because Donald is going to accept this appointment. And he will automatically book himself into that slot. So if you had an opening in hygiene for 4 o'clock today, you can send texts to all your hygiene patients that are on your ASAP list, or more importantly, if you had an hour and a half hold, you could send it to one of your patients that are waiting for a new patient exam. So that's pretty cool. So it allows the patients to fill the schedule themselves without your having to do any work other than select the patients here and click send. So that's pretty fast, pretty easy. So this allows a practice to be much more efficient at filling these holes, which are terribly costly for most practices. And you really don't have to do any work. The patients do all the work for you. This is really nice. I think this third new feature pretty much is going to revamp the way everybody does recalls. It makes every other method really obsolete. So what I'm going to do is go into my recalls right up there in the Fill My Schedule button, and I only have one patient in there for Donald here. I don't have a real big recall practice, as you can see. So if I click on him, now instead of sending an email or a text or printing a postcard or whatever, I can go down here to the web schedule feature and I can just click on that. And yes, this is what I want to do. And it will send an email automatically to all the patients I have selected on the list and allow those patients, there it went, allow those patients to schedule their own appointment, just the way you're scheduling appointments now with the hygiene. So it automatically schedules that appointment. So let's go look at what Donald got in the email. And then when he goes through the little ritual of scheduling, we can look out in the future and see, yes, he did schedule it, and not only is it scheduled, but it's scheduled for the right provider and the right time and the right things included in that appointment. So very slick. So there's three things. So we have the QDP update, which works a lot better than the other way to do it. We have the fill my holes in the schedule this afternoon feature, where the patients do all the work. And we have this e-scheduling where patients can self-schedule their own recall appointments, and they can do it 24/7. And you'd be surprised at the number of people that do use that feature in the middle of the night. So that, again, those three things are really nice in the new version of Open Dental. You have to have the current version and you have to have e-services. But e-services will also do all your confirmations for you too. So that's pretty valuable. Okay, that's all. Let us know if we can help you set this up.